Good evening. Jennifer, you dog you. How do you do that? You get here before I do. You know, I got some hair sticking up. It always does that. And this going live stuff makes it everything look backwards, you know. But anyway, good evening, Jennifer. Hope everything's going well your way. To market, to buy a fat pig. Home again, jiggity jig. Yep. So where is everybody, Jennifer? Well, just be me and you. That'd be all right. Dolores and Bruce, good evening. Cheers. 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 Do, 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 do. I feel good, baby. I feel good. Why? I tell you, when something good happens to somebody that's really close to you, it makes you feel good too, Uh, I even say that to Juke. You talk to your dog, Juke, Juke, Juke. I want to comb my hair because I see it sticking up. My makeup lady is off. But anyway, Rick, hello everyone. Mary, hi Rusty, hi Mary. Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells and one onion. The cat and the hat. Calculatus, eliminatus. You want to find out where something is? You got to find out where it ain't. WP Wood, gang's all here from Toadsuck. Yep, you. Mary says hi. Let's see. Rick says hello, everyone. I got Traveling Girl. Hello, Rusty. Happy Beer 30. You got it, baby. In heaven there is no beer, and that's why we drink it here. Skull Pros, cheers to all of you that imbibe. Here's to me. Mm-hmm. Just right. Jeff says, happy beer thirsty. Hey, Rusty. Jennifer and Rangers checking in from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. This thing here, y'all remember this thing? It came with this dinger here. You know what I mean? You go, can't hardly hear it, right? Doesn't do anything, right? But they sent me, who was it? From Ron and Gay, or whatever that, from Ron and Gay. They sent this, but they also sent me an update here. So they sent me a thing that's longer, and it makes it a little louder, not too much. And then, but that's not all. And then there's another one. See, that makes it a little louder, right? Come and get your chow, boy. Then, that's not all. There's another one here. The big boy. How about that? Come and get your chow. So we got a ringer now. I'll put this in the casita for traveling, and I'll have the dinner bell for traveling, and I'll have the steel tongue drum for here. Okay. WP Wood, Buck wants to sell you a new C. I'm sure he does. He'd like to sell anybody a new Class C. Kind of guy he is, you know what I mean? And that's fine with me. Where's everybody? I need to get everybody in the picture. Do I have everybody in the picture? Yeah, I do. I do. Let's turn this down. I want y'all to see the cat, and you got to be able to see the cat in the hat. This is the character and the main guy. Scotty Lewis, chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug. Makes you want to holler, hi-de-ho. Burns your tummy, don't you know? Chug-a-lug, 4-H and a FFA on a field trip to the park. Me and a friend did something, went behind a barn and got drunk. But anyway, guys, it's Friday night, and we got the cat in the hat, and a few of us anyway. It's not exactly, does it matter? If you just had one good friend in the whole world, that's all you need. William says, Scotty Lewis, I got that. William, hey, Rusty, happy beer 30. Happy beer 30 to you. Jerry, ever thought about a Class A? Yeah, I have, about that long, because I don't have any place to park it here now. And I really don't need anything that big and bulky and gas hoggy. You know what I mean? Tom, hidey, hidey, ho. Hidey, 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 ho. Da 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 da. This is your ick. Hallelujah. Wish I didn't work tomorrow. I wish you didn't either, but you do apparently. Belinda, happy beer 30. Guys, Rangers, thank you. In heaven there is no beer, an old Czech drinking song. Mm. If you want to do something for fun on YouTube, go to the Shiner Hobo Band. They make songs, and you'll see a group of crazy guys, man. Yep, a group of real nuts. And do they drink Shiner beer? You bet they do. They drink a lot of it, but they have fun. You know, WP Wood, can a Class B plus fit under your carport? Uh, I doubt it. I doubt it because my carport, the entrance is only like 7.5 feet tall, and I think you need about 9.5 feet for a Class B plus. But I mean, if I really wanted one, that wouldn't be a hurdle. No, we just change that. That wouldn't stop me. That cover there can be hauled off and another one put on, or they can make it higher. They can jack it up. Uh, Amy, Rusty, and fans, hello. Hello, operator. Give me number 9. Remember that one? And how about I'll think of something. But anyway, I just feel good, man. It's just been a great afternoon. I got a phone call from somebody that's really close to me, and something really good happened. Padoom, padoom, padoom. What does that mean? I don't know. Johnny Todd in the house from Brownsville, Texas. Yeah, Kentuckian says, hello, everyone. Have a wonderful afternoon. Amy says, Rusty and fans, hello. Yeah, we're getting here, guys. I'm on it. Eduardo Palomo. I'd rather spark it up if you don't mind. Rusty, thank you anyway. Saludos to everybody on in the chat room. Have a great weekend. I'd rather spark it. Oh, you mean spark up a blunt? Sure, whatever you do, man. You have to drink. No, just you do you. You do you, mans. Nugget Lindsay, why is Shiner beer considered an import when it's made in Texas? Well, I don't know. There's some things I do not know, and that's one more. That's 2, actually. Billy Ray, hi, Rusty, where's your beer? You ask that every week. It's right here. You should know that. I just spilled some on my body. Oh, no, it's cold. Oh, no, ruined my image. But anyway, what else? Thank you. Billy, Neil Blair, please wish Ronan Williams a very happy 8th birthday and to enjoy those KFC, I think she means drumsticks. Okay, Ronan, Ronan Williams, we wish you a very happy 8th birthday. I'm only 10 times older than you. I'm 80, okay? So if you live your 8 years 10 times, you will be my age. Isn't that amazing? Uric says, don't bogart that joint, my friend. See, I don't know anything about that smoking jargon. See, WP Wood, any luck on selling Zozo? Well, I've had offers. I say I've had offers. I've had some that want me to finance, and I don't really want to do that. I haven't turned them down. I just told them, let me thin about it, and I'm thinning. Dark Con, any closer to selling the new mic? Well, I guess we are. I don't know, but it really doesn't bother me if I sell it or don't. I mean, it's probably better off if I don't, because I really enjoy that place. I could go there in June, July, August, September. Come back here in October every year, and I may do that. And while I'm there, I don't have to just be there. I can go to the state parks for like $3.50 a day with that veterans pass. So it has some benefits if I keep it. Yeah. John Todd bought a new Chevy Trailblazer, and after watching last video about Fort Clark Springs, considering a trip that way, is there a hotel at the fort? Yeah, you have to call them at the office. Call the Fort Clark Springs office, and they'll put you in touch with a motel. Yeah, they have one. Yeah, it's an old officers' quarters, I think. Yeah. No, it is. It was built in the 1850s. Yeah. You sure can. You just come right on down here. Bucky, howdy there, Rusty. Good to see you. I am back at home base in West Tennessee, already already ready to get back on the road. Do you understand that feeling? Sure, I do. I'm ready to get back on the road now. In fact, I talked to a lady today in Llano, Texas, and I'm going to rent a spot from them for a month coming up here fairly soon. Yeah, I like Llano, and besides that, while I'm there, I can go get my eyes checked at Pool Eye Associates in Marble Falls, Texas, who are excellent. And I can also go to the dermatologist there, Westlake Dermatology, where I've been several times, and get my skin checked, and then I'll get my eyes checked, and then I got a VA appointment in Kerrville, which is 60 miles away. I can do that while I'm down there, and on and on we go. It's rather than drive 3 hours from here to Kerrville, I can drive 1 hour from there to Kerrville, and we're good. Rick, do you want to sell your trike? I would hate to sell it because see they gave it to me to do triking videos for Liberty Electric Trike, and but well, if I wanted to sell it, it's not here. It's in New Mexico. So, you can stay in touch with them. When I'm in New Mexico, we might be able to work something out. But yeah, it's my email is rusty78609@gmail.com, and we'll talk about it. Wandering Kentucky, and that Chevrolet Spark you had was a great little car, but you really hit the nail on the head with the Maverick. Yeah, the Chevrolet Spark, I really enjoyed it. It was a great tow vehicle, great everything, and but no, the Maverick for towing the Maverick and the Casita worked really well for me. Jeff says, have you seen the General Motor electric RV with 275-mile range? No, I haven't, but I'm sure it's over $25,000. Tom, hello, Tom. WP Wood, no place like Llano and Kingsland. No, you're right. I like both of them. Jennifer, Poodle Professor. I think the Carrizozo place is a great home base in New Mexico. I do too. Check her channel out on YouTube, Poodle Professor. Thank you. JW, cheers. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, JW. Suzanne just walked in from a Costco grocery run just in time to say hello to all the Rangers. Well, we're so glad you dropped in, Suzanne. Here's to you. Here's to all of us. Skol, Rangers. Prost. Casey. Hello, everyone. Hello, Casey. Mighty Casey at bat. Y'all remember that story about Mighty Casey? Somebody's got to remember it. Eduardo, shout out to the Geezer and Dennis. Hope you're on the mend there, buddy, and keep it up. Keep it up. MA, whatever. Yeah, okay. Trail cam video. Hey, Rusty, Poodle Professor, and Juke. Hey, trail cam. Trail cam. Trail, trail, banana, fana, for fail, fee, fi, male, trail. The name game. A little trick with Nick. Nick, Nick, banana, fana, for fig, fee, fi, Nick. Nick. Yeah, the name game. Anyway, what do we got here? Where am I here? Casey Lewis, hello. Eduardo, shout out to Geezer. Oh, got that. Trail cam, hello. Kentuckian, speaking of EVs, the new Equinox starts at $38,000, much more than the Bolt I had. Oh yeah, the Bolt I got was $27,000 out the door. No, the price of the EVs is not. They say they're coming down, but I'm not impressed. Jennifer talking to Trail Cam. Mary Cooper, what's for supper tonight? I'm glad you asked. Tonight we're having chicken fajitas with my homemade pinto beans. How about that, huh? And some corn tortillas, a little hot sauce. Woo, 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 woo. Smoking. I'm ready. Poodle Professor, have you seen the new AI-generated actress, Tilly Norwood? No, I haven't, but you ain't seen nothing yet. There's a band, a group that does AI music. It's all artificially created. They got 30 million subscribers in 1 month. 30 million. It's all artificial crap, you know? Anyway, enough said. Yurk, do you have any favorite camping spots up Utah way? Well, not really. I've been to, let me see, Blanding is in that area is okay. In the Northeast, there's some places, but I can't remember them. But yeah, Utah is a beautiful state. Got a lot of beautiful scenery. I mean, you go around a curve around some mountains, all of a sudden the whole sky is pink. The next one is gray or whatever. You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, Utah's good. Trail cam. What are you reading, Rusty? Actually, I'm rereading an old book. It's The Sea Wolf. It's a children's book, but I thought it was a good book. But I'm rereading it, and I find it very interesting. All right, Tom. Chicken fajitas and beans. Yeah, you got it. If you're going to make a bomb, you got to put a fuse. You know, Rusty Barker. Hello, Rusty Barker. HWMO Liberty. Hi, Rusty and friends. Happy Friday. Well, happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to all you guys. Here's to you. Here's to me. Nar Arsenic says, how long does Zozo mail to forward to you? How long does it take? Well, it depends. If you have it addressed to P.O. Box 1016, then it just takes about, I don't know, 8 or 9 days. But if you put the street address on there, 105 Settler Lane, without the P.O. Box, they don't forward that at all. They just stick it in the box and hope I come back and get it sometime. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, but my address here, you can send, if you're going to send something, you can send it to P.O. Box 421, Bracketville, Texas, 78832. You know, then it comes straight shot. In fact, if I were you, I'd just use that address all the time, even when I'm out in New Mexico. Why? Because if I'm out in New Mexico, I usually have the mail forwarded out there. And it seems to be they do better forwarding from here to there than they do from there to here. Why? I don't know. But anyway, guys, it is Friday, and we got to, you know, instead of this building, it's getting less. Is there a message in that? You know? Tom, have you traveled anywhere in Canada? Yeah, I've been to Toronto one time for a week, and then I was in Banff, the Rocky Mountain area, yeah, Banff, Canada, for a week at a seminar. There was a big hotel thing there, but that's, you know, it's so long ago there were dinosaurs, you know. But yeah, Canada's a beautiful place. It's just a narrow strip right along the USA Canada border that where all the population is. But you know, you go further into the country, you know, it gets a little chilly, you know. But anyway, guys, it is Friday, and let me think if I got any good stories. I can tell you a story about my old Cushman Eagle. I was riding it one day, and I was just singing like a bird, and a wasp flew right in my mouth. Did it sting me? No, thank goodness. No, I just spit it in my hand. It was a wasp. So did I continue to sing? No. If I did, I'd go like this, you know, because I didn't have a windshield on it. But I drove that thing. I drove the wheels off that thing, man. I mean, it didn't sit still long. No. I used to roll it down the road at night real quietly and go down a hill about 1.5 miles from the house and then crank it up and go into town at night. Yep. And then come back home and push it in the garage and hide it. Wandering Kentuckian, even if we don't chat, we just love being here. We're always going to be the best party in town. Well, yeah, you know, it doesn't matter how many people. It's just a matter about you. You know, just are you enjoying yourself? I'm enjoying myself just fine. The rest of the world can go fish. You know, Kelboy says hi, Rusty. Yeah, hi to you. WP Wood, what happened to Scotty Thompson? You'll have to ask Scotty. I think he's all right. He checks in every now and then. He hadn't been here probably in a while. Eduardo Palomo, do you get trick or treaters there where you live? I would if I left the light on. They only go to houses that have a porch light on. I usually leave mine off. Well, because I don't have candy and all that stuff, you know. Jennifer, Poodle Professor, the Wandering Kentuckian. Okay. Mark, hi, Rusty. You haven't fed Matilda in a while. Are you getting a little soft in your old age? No, actually, I'm not. It's that people are getting soft. You know, we haven't had any hardballs, you know. I mean, we just haven't had any hard cases show up, you know. And so, but if they do, Matilda will get plenty to eat. Uh, Jennifer says, Poodle Professor, I heard from Dale Pointer the other day. Remember him, the poet? Yeah, we had several people that had a little unique personality. Dale was one of them. Yeah, they called him the poet, and he was. He was a poet. Norris says we watched your Prius camping trip today near Tucson 8 years ago, and you were heading to Deming. Probably, yeah. I cruised around that Prius all over the place. I can't believe I did that. You know, I mean, I look back and, you know, sleeping on that little 26-inch wide thing, 4 inch. It was a trifold memory foam mattress, and yeah, roll in and roll out. You know, yeah, it wasn't it wasn't as easy as I told you it was. It was a little, but there are people that live in cars now, several, but they got the good thing about the Prius, it was a hybrid, so you could set the temperature and it would stay there. WP Wood, people are getting soft in the loft, probably, but it doesn't matter what people do. I'm doing me and you're doing you, and everybody's happy. Tyler of Texas, Trike, man ought to hand out candy this Halloween. He ought to, but I don't think he will. Jim, missing as the world turns, novelty worn off. I don't know. It could be. I mean, you know, things change. You know, people change. You know, people find other things to do. Does it bother me? No, I find other things to do too. Alien Life UK. How you doing across the pond there? Hello from England. Having some rough weather over here, so I won't be doing much this weekend. Well, you know, that's a shame. You know, y'all deserve some good weather so you can get out and do stuff. You know, but thank you for checking in from across the pond, England. Hello, JW. Rusty, have you thought about trying to rent your old place in Llano? I don't have a place in Llano anymore. I sold that property. Yeah. I sold it to a guy in Washington State over the phone. Mary Cooper, it's 78 degrees in Carrizozo, New Mexico just now. Yeah, well, you know, the afternoon temperatures are fairly accurate. The morning temperatures can be off as much as 15 degrees or more. Geezer says, hi, everyone. Hi. Uh, Jennifer talking to somebody. And then HHS, blessings to all. Well, same to you. Kel Boy, hey, Rusty. Jennifer talking to Calvin. Jim Posner, I was talking about the globe. The globe? Where are you? What did you say about the globe? It's right here. The globe's right up here. You can see it right next to Romeo the dog, right in there. Yeah, it's still there. Stefan, going home to have a beer. Cheers. Well, you can stay here and have a beer with us. WP Wood. What about renting old Thorny Place? I don't have it either. I don't own that. That's owned by a lady out of Lubbock, Texas, and she may have sold it by now. No, it's a neat little spot there for sure. But she never did anything. I don't think she's ever been there. Belinda, talking to Calvin, and I'm going to talk to my beer. Hello, beer. Hello. Mm. Who was the guy that sang, "Hello, Walls"? How things go for you today? You know, wasn't Tom T. Hall. I know that. Tracy, hi, Rusty. Hi. How? Why does this have significance when we wave? Where'd that come from? Was that a sign of peace or friendship or whatever? I wonder, you know. And they used to wear certain color scarves and stuff. Does that matter now? No, not a damn bit. Uh, Tracy, hi, Rusty. Jennifer talking to Tracy. Rick Garmy, Willie. Well, I'm sure Willie sang it, but I don't think he wrote it. Roger Williams, maybe. Roger Aldridge. Was it Willie? No, check and see. I bet Roger Williams wrote that. Yeah, Mary Cooper, Farron Young song. Farron Young. Okay, so Farron Young was the originator of that song or wrote it. You know, some of these songwriters amaze me, man. You know, Willie Nelson wrote on the back of a napkin, flying from Lubbock to somewhere in Texas, and in 30 minutes he had a song, made $1 million off of it. You know, Kelboy, have you ever been a coffee drinker? No, never have. I grew up in a family that nobody drank coffee. My mother would make Postum. It was a non-caffeinated thing called Postum. Somebody may remember it, but we never drank anything. We had milk and water. You know, I don't remember anything else. And mother would make some kind of fruit drink every now and then, but that's all. Yeah, JW says Farron Young. Yeah, Tom. Hello Walls is an American country music song written by Willie Nelson and first recorded by Farron Young. Okay, very good. Okay, so Willie did right. Willie was a very, and still is, a very prolific songwriter. And the songwriters make more money than the singers. But now if you write it and sing it, you got a lock. Jim, have you ever been to Las Vegas? I've been to Las Vegas a few times. Yeah, a few times. I never was a gambler. I would go there and have a few drinks, but never was a big deal. I love the lights and the pretty girls. You know, Nor, waving, clapping is another one. Where did that come from? I don't know. We got all these old habits. How about this? Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. You know, that's something. You know, that means you agree, and means you don't agree. That's like cavemen. You know. Mark, are they still having Fort Clark Springs Day? Yeah, I think they have it in March. I mean, cheers, aloha. W.P. Wood, Farron Young. Yeah, you got it, Farron Young. Yeah, Willie wrote it and Farron Young sang it. Yeah, you know, back in the 50s and early 60s, there was some, you know, the country music was different. You know, you had people in there like George Jones and, you know, amazing. You know, Tracy says, hi, Jennifer. Okay. Casey again. 2-minute warning, Rusty. Yeah, we're getting close. Rick, that napkin in Texas Country Music Hall of Fame. It is in the Hall of Fame. I wouldn't be surprised because, yeah, he did. He wrote it on a damn airplane on the back of a napkin. Well, hell, Johnny Cash wrote a song. His wife or girlfriend was driving back wherever. It took about 2 hours, and they'd been picnicking and doing other things around the river somewhere. And, yeah, on the way back, he wrote a song about a worried man. He says, I'm a worried man. I'm a very worried man. And y'all may never even heard the song, but he wrote that just boom like that because he had bumped into a guy on the street that said he was a worried man. He was worried about something. Anyway, Tracy had to wait. Okay, Casey, Rick, Joe Turks. Where did the middle finger come from? I have no clue, but every country has it. You know, in fact, in some countries, it's this finger. You know, you do that, you're out. Or this, you know what I mean? No, that ain't good. There's several things we do with our hands that get you killed, you know. Jim, some interesting, funny videos of people making animal sounds in different languages. I'm sure there are. Well, you know, and I think it's in India, yes is this way, and no is this. Talk about screwing up a good deal. You know, W.P. Wood, Night All, Poodle Professor. Check her channel out on YouTube, Poodle Professor. She monitors this, and I appreciate it. I'm impressed with people who can write songs. Well, yeah, it's basically poetry, you know, and they just put it to music. You know, trail cam video. Love Willie Nelson. You bring me sunshine. Yeah. Anyway, guys, turn out the lights. Speaking of Willie, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. So, guys, y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself the best way you can. And yeah, take it one day at a time. Suzanne says, need to unload the groceries. Go get it, babe. But anyway, good night to y'all. Good night, Rangers. Good night, everyone. Thank you for showing up. Y'all have a great day and a great weekend. Bye bye. I'm going to end the stream right now. Right now. Bye bye.